Hello everyone, welcome to iThinkData. My name is Chauhan, and if you are an aspiring data analyst, you are in the right place. Today, we are talking about one of the most critical aspects of becoming a data analyst, that is building a strong portfolio. Portfolio projects are your ticket to showcasing your skills and standing out to potential employers. They show that you can apply your knowledge to real-world data and come up with the meaningful insights. In this video, I'll walk you through an exciting portfolio project using real IPL data. By the end of this video, you will have the tools and resources to build your own analysis and add it to your portfolio and impress the recruiters. Now, why this project is perfect for aspiring data analysts? Let me tell you. First, we are using real data from the Indian Premier League, that is IPL, one of the biggest sports event in the world. This makes the project exciting and relevant because IPL data is rich and offers numerous opportunities to explore different analytical techniques. We'll be analyzing team performances, individual player statistics, match outcomes, and even trends across multiple IPL seasons. This kind of analysis is perfect for your portfolio because it demonstrates your ability to work with complex, multidimensional data just like you do in your real job. And the best part is that I'm providing the dataset, the questions we will solve, and a structured approach to tackle everything step by step. So even if you are new to data analytics, you can follow along, learn, and grow your skills. Before we dive into the project, let me introduce myself. I am Weho, the host of this channel, that is iThinkData, where we explore data analytics, portfolio projects, tutorials, and much more. This channel is dedicated to helping you become a data analyst you aspire to be, whether you are just starting out or looking to upskill. From SQL and Power BI to the real world data projects like this IPL case study, iThinkData is your go-to source for hands-on learnings. If you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out any of our upcoming projects and the tutorials. Alright, now let's talk about where you can access all the files and code you need for this project. I have created a GitHub repository where you can find everything from the dataset to all the queries so you can follow along and even add your own analysis. Here is the link to the repository. Feel free to pause this video and check it out. In this repository, I have organized everything neatly. You will find the dataset which we downloaded from the Kaggle, as well as all the questions and solutions we'll be going through this tutorial. I encourage you to explore the code, make modifications, and experiment with different techniques. The goal here is not just to follow the steps, but to truly understand how data analysis works and how you can apply these skills to other projects. And don't forget, completing this project gives you a fully fledged portfolio piece to showcase to recruiters. So let's make it count. Let me explain you what you will find in the GitHub repositories. The first file, that is case study questions ppt.pdf, this file contains all the questions which we will be solving in this case study. Then this IPL matches data.rar, this is the zip file which includes both the tables, that is the matches and the deliveries table, as the data which we will be using in our case study. Then the MySQL database IPL analysis. This zip file contains the data set that I extracted from the MySQL databases. It is in the form of SQL queries. Then in question answer IPL analysis case study.sql, this file contains all the queries which gives the answers of our case study questions. In questions and answers.md file, I have given questions, their solution queries, and along with the outputs. So this is how it is. Now let's dive into the dataset itself. As I mentioned, this dataset comes from Kaggle and it contains real IPL match data from multiple seasons. It's packed with valuable insights, everything from match outcomes to individual player performance. Here is a quick look at the structure of the dataset. It basically has two tables, that is matches and the deliveries. We have columns like match IDs, dates, team 1, team 2, winner, player of the match, runs scored, wickets taken, and many more. These are the key data points we will be analyzing to uncover trends, team strengths, and player excellence. This dataset is perfect for hands-on learning because it's both simple enough for beginners and complex enough to perform more advanced analysis. In just a moment, I'll walk you through the type of questions we will be answering in this project. But first, I highly recommend you to load this dataset on your local machine so you can follow along with the analysis in the real time. Next up, we'll go through the list of questions that we'll be solving in this project. These questions are divided into three categories: basic, intermediate, and advanced, or you can say high level questions. So this way you can build your skill progressively and tackle more challenging problems as you gain confidence. So this is the list of questions which I have divided in three parts, that is basic level, intermediate, and the high level questions. So let's get started now. Before starting with the questions, let me show you the dataset which I have loaded in MySQL databases. So see, the matches table is having column ID, season, city, date, match type, player of the match, venue, team 1, team 2, then the toss winner, toss decision, winner of the match, then results, result margin, then targeted runs, target overs, if super over is happened or not, then the method, who was the umpires 1 and 2, and there are total of 1095 matches has been happened. Okay, let us see what is there in the deliveries table. So the deliveries table has match ID, then inning 1 or 2, you can see inning 1 and 2, then batting team, bowling team, then over number, then balls 1 2 3 4 5 6, then this is the batter, then the bowler, who was the non-striker batsman, then the batsman runs, if any extra runs, then the total runs including the batsman runs plus extra runs, then the extra run type, if wicket is taken on the ball, then that particular wicket, then player dismissed, dismissal type, and the fielder. So these deliveries table actually contains the ball to ball data which is played in the matches from 2008 to 2024. So let's move toward the questions now. Question 1 is find out each season's winner team. Alright, let's jump into our first question. Finding out the winner of each IPL season. This is a basic yet essential query because the final match winner is a key metric in sports analysis. Here is the SQL query for that. We are selecting the season and the winner column from the matches table where the match type is final. This ensures we are only focusing on the final match of each season. By grouping the result by season and ordering them, we can easily list all the winners from 2008 to the current season, that is 2024. So this gives us a clear timeline of which team emerged victories in each year. A great way to understand the team performances over the time. So let us run this. As you can see, we now have a neat list of the winning teams for every IPL season. From the very first, that is 2008, up to the latest, that is 2024, we have the list of winners here. So question number 2, total matches per season. So question is how many matches were played in each season from 2008 to 2024. Okay, so next let's find out how many matches were played in each IPL season. Understanding the volume of matches can give us insights into how the tournament has grown over the past years. So here is the query. We are counting the number of matches played in each season by using the count function on the season column and grouping it by the season itself. This gives us the total number of matches per year, which is useful to track the tournament's expansion and schedule the changes. So this query helps us to see the trends, like if any season had more or fewer matches due to the special circumstances like new teams or any pandemic disruptions like this COVID. Okay, so let me run this query now. So as we scroll through, we can see how the number of matches fluctuates across the season. This is a great way to see how the tournament has evolved in the size. You can see in 2008 there were 58 matches, and now in 2023 there were a total of 74 matches. Now the city-wise matches. Question number 3 is, in which cities were the most IPL matches hosted? Okay, so now let's explore where the most IPL matches have been played, looking at the cities that have hosted the highest number of matches. This can reveal the geographical hotspot of IPL excitement. So here is the query. We are selecting the city and counting the number of matches in each city by using the count function on the ID column, which uniquely identifies each match. We then group by city and sort it by the number of matches in the descending order to see the top cities. So this helps us to find out which venue are the most popular or commonly used in IPL history. So let's run this one. So as expected, cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, these are in the top list, hosting a significant number of IPL matches. This could be due to the presence of multiple teams or iconic stadiums in these cities. Question 4. Top player of the match awards. Question is, which player has won most player of the match awards in the IPL history? Let's now find out which player has won most player of the match awards in IPL history. This is a fascinating matrix because it highlights consistent individual performance over the years. So here is the query. We are selecting the player of match and counting the number of times each player has won this award. By grouping the result by the player and sorting it in the descending order, we can easily identify the player with the most awards. So this is a great way to measure standout players who have consistently contributed to their team's success. Let's run this query. And there we have it. AB de Villiers has proven to be a game changer in IPL history, winning the most player of the match awards across all the seasons. This shows how impactful their individual performance has been in the crucial moments. To find out most wins by a team. Question number 5 is, which top 3 teams have won the most matches across all the seasons? Now, let's identify the top 3 teams with the most wins across all IPL seasons. Winning the most matches is a clear indicator of overall team dominance, and it can be exciting to see which team have the best track record. So here is how we do it. We are selecting the winner column and counting the total wins for each team. By grouping by the team name, that is the winner, and sorting it in the descending order, we can easily see the top 3 teams have most victories in the IPL history. This is a key metric for team analysis, showing which franchises have been the most successful one. Let's run this one. As we see, these 3 teams have been the most dominant in the IPL history, consistently outperforming others over the multiple seasons. Mumbai Indians is the team which have won the highest number of matches, following by Chennai and then Kolkata Knight Riders. To find out top scorer runs in IPL history, question number 6 is, identify the top scorer runs in IPL history. Finally, let's find out who holds the record for the most runs in the IPL history. A stats every cricket fan loves. Here is the query. We are selecting the batter column and using the sum function to total the runs scored by each batter. By grouping the data by the batter and sorting the total runs in the descending order, we can find out the one who is the top scorer. This query gives us an in-depth view of individual batting brilliance across all the IPL seasons. Let's run it now. And there it is. Virat Kohli has accumulated the most runs in IPL history, proving their consistency and exceptional batting skills. season after season. Virat Kohli has total of 8,014 runs from season 2008 to 2024. Now that we have covered the basic questions, we'll move on to more advanced questions in the next section. Alright, let's dive into our first intermediate level question. Question to find out most fours and sixes in the power play. The question is which team hits the most fours and sixes during the power play, that is first and the sixth over in the IPL. Finding out which team hits the most fours and the sixes during the power play in the IPL. The power play is the most exciting phase of the game, with only two fielders allowed inside a 30-yard circle, making it a prime opportunity for the batsman to score a bigger runs. So here is the query that how we can get this. We are selecting the batting team, and by using the sum function with a case statement to count the number of fours and sixes hit by each team during the power play overs, we join the deliveries table with the matches table to get match details and filter over to be the between 0 and 5, that is first and the sixth over. Then we group by the team and sort the results to get the team with the most boundaries. So let me run this, and there we have it. The first team, that is Mumbai Indians, was the most aggressive in the power play, consistently hitting fours and sixes. This gives us insights into teams that excel in taking advantage of the field restrictions. This is the entire list of teams which having the fours and sixes sorted in order. If you want only one team, you just need to apply the limit of 1 here, and again run this. So you will get this Mumbai Indians with the highest count of total fours and the sixes. Intermediate level, second question is top 3 best economy bowlers. So question is find the top 3 bowlers with the best economy rate, that is who have bowled minimum of 30 overs in 2024 IPL season. Next, let's move on to the bowlers. We want to find out the top 3 bowlers with the best economy rate in 2024 IPL season, but only considering those who bowl at least 30 overs. So economy rate is crucial in T20 crickets, as it measures how many runs a bowler concedes per over. So here is the query. We select the bowler and calculate the economy rate by dividing the total runs given by the total number of overs the bowler bowled. We use sum to calculate the total runs and count to get the total balls they bowled. Since 6 balls makes an over, so we divide it by 6. By grouping by the bowler and ensure they have bowled at least 180 balls, that is 30 overs, 30 into 6. So we find the best economy rate and sort them in the descending order to find the top 3 bowlers. Let me run this now. So in the output you can see these bowlers have shown the remarkable control over their bowling, managing to keep runs in check while bowling in a significant number of overs in 2024 season. A great stats to measure the impact of bowlers in the T20 cricket. Intermediate level, third question is the best batting strike rate in the death overs. Question is identify the batsman with the best strike rate. Minimum 100 balls has to be faced in the death overs, that is 16 to 20 across all the IPL seasons. Okay, now let's look at the best batsman during the death overs, that is over 16 to 20. The death overs are critical in T20 cricket, where quick runs can make a break or can make a match. Here we'll calculate the strike rate of batsmen, which shows how quickly they score the runs. We are focusing only on those batsmen who have faced at least 100 balls in their death overs across all IPL seasons. So here is the query for this. Here we use the sum function to total the runs scored and divided by the total number of balls faced to calculate the strike rate. By filtering overs 15 to 19, which represents that is 16 to 20 overs, and ensuring minimum of 100 balls have been uh, faced, we identify the top batsman in this in terms of strike rate. Sorting by the strike rate allows us to find the most impactful players during these high pressure moments. So let me run it. Okay, so in the output, these players are truly the finishers, delivering when it matters the most with incredible strike rates that can change the course of a match in the final over. If you want only one player, you can just apply here a limit 1. So you will get this first, that is Disturbs has the highest strike rate of 234, and he have faced 115 balls in the death overs. Intermediate level question number 4, to find the fastest century in the IPL. Question is, identify the fastest century in IPL with minimum of 50 balls faced. Find the batsman who scored it and the number of balls faced and the strike rate. Now, let's find out which batsman scored the fastest century in IPL history. Centuries in T20 cricket are rare, but even rarer is scoring one in minimum balls. We are looking for a century scorer with a minimum of 50 balls faced. So, here is the query. We are selecting the batsman and calculating the total number of balls they faced and the total runs they scored. We then filter the results to only include batsmen who have scored at least 100 runs and faced at least of 50 balls. Finally, we sort the result by the number of balls faced in the ascending order to find the fastest century. So let me run this query now. So in the output you can see this batsman's incredible century in such a short span of time showcase their ability to dominate the game with the explosive batting. It's one of those innings that fans will remember forever. He has faced 63 balls and made 106 runs with a strike rate of 168. In intermediate level questions, the fifth one is most consistent batsman across all the seasons. The question 5 is, identify the most consistent batsman by calculating the average runs per match for batsmen with at least 500 runs across all the matches. So finally, let's find the most consistent batsman in IPL by calculating the average runs they scored per match. Now, this is a great way to measure reliability, how often a batsman delivers a solid performance. We are focusing on those who have scored at least 500 runs across all the matches. So here is the query. Here we are using a common table expression, that is CT, to first calculate the total matches played and then total runs scored by each batsman. Then we'll calculate the average runs per match by dividing total runs by total matches. Sorting the average runs per match gives us the most consistent performance in the IPL history. Let me run this query now. So in the output you can see these players have consistently delivered for their teams, scoring runs match after the match. Their consistency is key to their team success, making them the backbone of their batting lineups. DP Conway is the player who has average runs per match as 42, and it is the highest one. So this wraps up our intermediate level questions, where we explored the power hitters, most economical bowlers, and the consistent batsmen in the IPL history. These queries help us to uncover the deeper insights into player and the team performances. So let's move towards the high level questions. Okay, so now let's get started with the high level questions. First one is the best finisher batsman in the IPL season. Question is, identify the top 3 finisher, that is batsmen, in each IPL season final match based on the total runs scored in the last 5 overs, that is over 16 to 20 of a match. The query should return the top 3 batsmen for each season ranked by their total runs in the death overs in the final match. Okay, so in this query we want to find out who the top 3 batsmen are in each IPL final matches based on the runs they scored in the last 5 overs, or what we can call the death overs. These are usually the most exciting overs in any match, where batsmen go all out trying to score as many runs as possible. And our task is to figure out which batsman performed the best in those final 5 overs for each season's IPL matches. So in the step 1 we will be calculating the death over runs for the batsmen. So we'll start by figuring out how many runs each batsman scored during the last 5 overs in the final match for each IPL season. So let me explain you this in the simple terms. So what is this query actually is doing? We are creating a temporary table called as a common table expression, or you can say CTE, called this death over runs, to keep track of all the runs the batsmen have scored in last 5 overs for the final IPL matches. The deliveries table has data about every ball bowled in an IPL match, including who batted and how many runs were scored. The matches table tells us more about the match itself, like whether it was final or not. So we are selecting the batsman who has played the ball, then the season, and we are selecting the runs in the death over as a summation of this batsman runs. And in the where clause, we limits our focus to just the last 5 overs of each inning, that is over 15 and 19, that is death overs, and only the final match, as the match type equals to the final match. And at the end we group the result by each batsman and each season to get a total number of runs in the death overs for each batsman in the final match. Now that we have the total runs scored by each batsman, we need to rank them to figure out top 3 finishers for each IPL match. So in this ranked finishers part, here we are introducing the concept of the ranking. We are using a row number here. The row number function assigns a number to each batsman based on their performance in the death overs. The batsman with the most runs gets rank 1, the second most gets rank 2, and so on. We use partition by season to reset the ranking of each IPL based on the season. This means that every season's final will have its top 3 finishers. We will order by this with the runs in the death overs, so that the highest scorer in the death overs gets ranked as number 1. So finally we need to filter out results to show only top 3 finishers in each IPL season. So here is what is happening in the final part. We are selecting the important column, that is the batsman name, IPL season, and the number of runs they scored in the death overs. We are using where a rank is less than or equal to 3 to filter and only show up the top 3 batsmen for each season's final match. Finally, we'll sort the results by the season and the ranks, so we get a clean list of top 3 finishers in the match. So let's run this query now. And there you have it. This query will give you the top 3 batsmen in each IPL season based on their performance in the death overs. And that's how you can figure out who the top finishers are in the each IPL season. So you can see each season wise we have sorted these players based on their runs in the death overs for 2008, 2009, 10, and so on till 2024. For 2024, so Cummins, Unadkat, and Kumar. These are the 3 top finishers. Now let's move on the next question. In the high level, question number 2, identify the nervous 90s. The question is identify all the players who got out in 90s, that is between 90 and 99 runs, and how they were dismissed. Okay, so let's do it now. Getting out in the 90s must be one of the most frustrating things for any batsman. So close to a century, you are not quite there. So in this query, we'll identify all players who got out in their 90s, and we'll also see how they were dismissed. So the step 1 is to calculate the total runs by the batsman. So in this CTE, first we need to find out how many runs each batsman scored in each match. So this query is actually simpler one. We are summing up all the runs scored by each batsman in each match by using the sum of batsman runs as the total runs. This will help us to find out their total score in the match. Next, we will filter out the players who were dismissed and had a score between 90 and 99 runs here. Now in this part we join the two tables, that is delivery and our batsman total CTE. Here we are joining the two tables. From this we are getting the information about the batsman dismissal and their total runs in the match. So we are filtering this where this d dot is wicket equals to 1 to ensure we are only looking at batsmen who got out. And finally we check if the total runs were between 90 and 99 using this bt dot total runs between 90 and 99, this statement. So this will give us the players who got out in 90s along with how they were dismissed. So let's run it, and there it's now you can see the list of the players which were unlucky enough to get out in the 90s and how they lost their wicket. Here you can see there are many players who got out at 99 runs, then 98 runs, then 97. Here their names, their dismissal code, all is listed in the output. All right, now let's move on to the next query. For high level question, third one is the death over hero bowlers. So question number 3 is identify bowlers who successfully defended 6 or fewer runs in the last over of a match, that is the 20th over, and the matches where they achieved this feat. Alright, so in this query we want to find out which bowlers were able to defend less than 6 runs in the final over of IPL match. So these are the bowlers who held their nerve under pressure and didn't allow the chasing team to score more than 6 runs in the last over to win the game. So in the step 1 we'll select the relevant bowling performances in the final over. First we look at the bowling performances in the last over and calculate how many runs were given away. We are focusing on the last over. In cricket, the 20th over is represented as over equal to 19 in SQL because counting starts from 0. So here we have taken as overs as 19. Now calculating the runs considered. The summation of these d dot total runs gives us the total number of runs a bowler considered in the last over of each match. In the step 2 we will filter for bowlers who considered less than the 6 runs. So now we need to filter the bowlers who considered less than 6 runs in the last over. Filtering these results by using this where clause, where runs in final over, that is runs considered, is less than 6, ensures we only get the bowlers who gave away fewer than the 6 runs, and we will be sorting the output by the runs considered. So let's run it, and there you have it. This query gives us the list of bowlers who have successfully defended 6 or fewer runs in the final over. So in the output you can see that from season 2008 to 2024 I have listed all the bowlers here. So you can see in the initial phase some bowlers have given 0 runs, then 1 run in final over, and so on. Now let's move on the next question. The high level questions, fourth one is the biggest match winners. The question number 4 is find the bowlers with the most 4 or 5 wicket hauls in IPL history. Alright, in this question we are diving into the bowlers who have delivered some of the most devastating spells in IPL history. We are looking for bowlers who have taken 4 or more wickets in a match. These performances are commonly known as 4 to 5 wicket hauls. Let's get into the SQL query that will help us find the bowlers with the most of these impressive achievements. Step 1 is to identify the bowlers with 4 or more wickets in a match. We'll start by identifying the matches where bowlers took 4 or more proper wickets. A proper wicket means that the batsmen were dismissed in a regular way. So the things like run out or the retired out or any obstructing the field, they won't count. So we focus on the proper wickets by filtering with b dot is wicket equals to 1 and excluding certain dismissal type, that is not in this run out, retired hurt and obstructing the field. We only count the legitimate wickets. Then grouping by the bowler and the match ID so that we can track how many wickets each bowler took in each match. Then filtering for 4 or more wickets. This will ensure that we only select the matches where the bowlers took at least 4 wickets in a single game. This is what defines as you can say 4 or 5 wicket hauls. Now in step 2 we'll count the number of 4 or 5 wickets for each bowler. Here the count star function counts how many times each bowler had 4 or 5 wicket hauls, which we got from this the first city, that is wicket hauls CTE. We group the result by bowler so that we know how many hauls each bowler has achieved here. Now these results are sorted in the descending order, that is order by these 4 or 5 wicket hauls. So the bowlers with the most 4 or 5 wicket hauls appears at the top. Let's run it. And there you have it. This query gives us a list of the bowlers who have the most 4 or 5 wicket hauls in the IPL history. These are the bowlers who have produced match-winning performances time to time. Whether it's the Yorkers, bouncers or slower balls, these guys delivered when it matters the most. This bowler, that is Sunil Narine, he has most of the 8 wicket hauls. You can say 8 times he have taken 4 to 5 wickets in a match. In the high level questions, our last question is the top 5 death over specialist bowlers. The question is identify the bowlers with the most wickets in the death overs, that is over 16 to 20 for each season. Okay, so in this question we are focusing on the bowlers who have made a huge impact during the most intense and pressure filled part of the game, that is the death overs. The death overs typically refers to over 16 and 20, where the batting team is trying to accelerate and the bowler is under maximum pressure to contain runs and take the wickets. Our goal here is to find out which bowler have taken the most wickets during these death overs in each IPL season. So let's break down the SQL query step by step to get these top performing bowlers. Okay, so step 1 is to calculate the total wickets in the death over for each bowler in each season. So we'll begin by calculating how many wickets each bowler took during the death overs for every season. So here the condition, that is b dot overs is between 15 and 19, ensures that we are focusing only on the death over, that is 15 and 19. Here in SQL the counted starts from 0, so we are taking it as 15 to 19. Now the count b dot is wicket function counts all the instances where the wicket was taken. We are interested only in cases where a proper wicket was recorded. The group by bowler and season groups the data by both bowler and season so that we can see how many wickets each bowler took in the death overs for each season. Now in this step 2, to rank the bowlers based on the total wickets in each season, So we'll rank the bowlers based on the number of wickets they took in each season's death overs. So we use the row number function to assign the rank to each bowler within a particular season, partition by season here. The ranking is done based on the number of wickets taken in the death overs, order by total wickets in the descending order. So the bowlers with the most wickets in each season will get the rank as 1. This ranking allows us to list the multiple bowlers for each season, ordered by their performance in terms of wicket taken during the death overs. Now in the step 3, we will select the top 5 bowlers for each season. So we'll retrieve the top 5 bowlers for each season ranked by the number of wickets they took in the death overs. So the condition that where rank is less than or equal to 5 ensures we are only getting the top 5 bowlers with the most wickets in each season. Now we sort the result by season and the ranks so that the output is neatly ordered, showing the best death over bowlers for each season in the descending order of their wickets tally. So let me run it. So here in the output you can see in season 2008 Sohail Tanvir has highest of 18 wickets. Also this table lists all these bowlers based on the wickets they taken in the death overs. In 2024 you can see HP Patel has taken a total of 22 wickets in the death overs. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this journey through SQL queries and IPL data. Whether it was finding top batsmen, bowling under pressure or IPL legends, I hope you learned something new. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to drop your thoughts and other questions in the comment section. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep thinking data.